Welcome aboard, everybody. Hopefully you didn't miss me too much yesterday, and apologies about that. I had to do some housework for a change and keep the wife happy. Joining me on today's stream, we have got Panzer Cat.
Meow. Hello.
We're missing Scott. I think he slept in. But we're still going to let this. Scott's given the okay before for us to stream to his channel, so you can watch either on Rumble. Big hi to everyone watching on Rumble. Big hi to everyone watching on Twitch, and big hi to everyone watching on the two YouTube channels, Scott's and mine. If again, as usual, if you don't want to watch the adverts on my channel, go over to Scott's. But if you want to see all the chat, you will need to do a pop out on my channel on the chat, because that's the only place where all the chat appears. Only see the chat on Scott's channel that is in Scott's channel, if that made any sense at all. How are you keeping, Panzer Cat?
I'm keeping fine. I'm on a couple of days off and then I'm back to work again. So I'm making the most of my days off before Easter weekend.
Awesome. Right, what are we doing? I'm going to get a Panzer Cat first then. I've sent a load of invites out, but it is kind of early evening, so let people have their tea. We'll probably get a few people joining us. Panzer, what's on your bench, buddy?
On my bench is just a few tidy up bits and pieces to do to... Wait a minute, it's over here. I'll move it out of the way because it's more or less built. Is the Churchill Avray from AFE Club. I have now added all the external components, finished building the turret. I'm just waiting for some... of this wonderful Karaya tow cable to arrive from Poland. I was kind of hoping it would be here this week, but it's only just left. So I've only just got a notification today that it's been dispatched from Poland. So if winds are favourable, it may arrive in the UK before Friday. It's coming by Royal Mail, I believe.
Just a quick, man. It's probably a stupid question, but what's the white around the turret?
The white. Wait a minute. This.
Yeah.
It's actually because there was some mould seams. You have to take them off. You lose some of the cast texture. So this is just humble polyfiller mixed.
I thought for a second you'd Zimmerated it.
No. So it's just giving the rough cast texture. I did the same thing to the Gator, if you remember. So that's just me restoring the rough cast texturing back onto the armour plates. Since it is a rolled steel, or it's actually a cast component on the real tanks.
Every time I see that, it blows me away. I've got to get myself one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, they do all sorts. Can recommend if you want to do the Bailey Bridge, it's going to set you back at about £100. But I will let you into a little secret. Just before I announced doing this build, I checked 6 online UK retailers, and they all had one or more in stock. I checked late last week, and the only people who had this in stock was the Tank Museum at Bovington. And it's about £100. But all the other conventional retailers that you would normally go to, I think, have sold out because apparently people have been buying this kit for some strange reason. I don't know whether it's because I've been building it or people have just taken it.
I think it probably is, mate, because it looks absolutely stunning, and I didn't know any of the companies made one of the Avrays. I didn't, because it's not like a big selling popular kind of model, is it? It's not like a
this might surprise you, but AFE Club back in 2009, 2014, they started the first of the Churchill kits. And they started with the Mark III, I believe, which is the welded plate version. And then they did the Avrays, they did the Avray 3, then they did the Avray 4. Then they did some of the the funnies for D-Day. They do the bobbin tank, they do the fascine carrier, they do the bridge layer, they do multiple versions. They then do the Dieppe version. So if anyone's wanting to build a Churchill tank, my advice is to buy the Dieppe version. It comes with the standard Mark III tank with all the wading trunking gear. And you get a set of early working track links with it. It's the only kit that I believe comes with the actual individual working track links in it, apart from one of the specials, which is impossible to get these days. But they do all the versions, and there is rumour that they're doing the early versions, the Mark I and the Mark II, which is a completely different tank again as well. But I highly recommend them. They're really complex kits, but worthwhile putting together. They are a delight to build. I think this is about the third one I've assembled.
I just think it's a shame that Tamiya, who, well, as everyone knows on my streams, I'm a massive fan of Tamiya's 1-16 tanks, and sorry to harp on about it again, but they haven't had a re-release of any of their tanks since 2009. So I understand they're moving to a new factory and all that kind of stuff, but to have the Tiger I, the Sherman, and a plethora of famous tanks from World War II. I mean, I think the Churchill is just as famous, especially the Crocodile. Oh my God!
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And there's still not, even the Chinese haven't cottoned on to the fact that if they did a Churchill in 1-16, it would sell like hotcakes.
You've also got to consider the pricing point of. Because Trumpeter did a huge range of 1/16 scale tanks. They did the Panzer IV families.
They did. They're all around the 200 quid mark just for the basic. Well, 150, 200 quid for the trumpeters, and I've seen other static models from a load of other Chinese companies that have released them. But even okay, I like the full RC Tamiya 1/16s, but I would be properly. I would absolutely throw money at the company that released one of those, even if it wasn't RC at 1-16.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess the channel has to get 500,000 subscribers to have any clout in that direction. I think the more subscribers we get, the bigger the channel gets. We can start using that leverage to say, "Oi, come on, we got some 1-16 guys here, some 1-24 guys. Give us something big scale."
Well, you could always contact Andy's hobby headquarters in the United States. He seems to be behind the driving force behind the 1/16 scale stuff that TACOM are doing.
Again, he's picking on the popular ones, the Shermans. I've seen the Sherman that he's got, but I've already got one. A lot of people have already got one, but that shouldn't be the point. But I don't know why the Churchill isn't already out there.
Because it's uniquely British. The only two people who used it during the Second World War were us, the British, and the Russians, as we sent some stuff over as a Lend-Lease.
Yeah, I think it's just a shame. Just a little bit of a shame. Come on, you model companies. Give me a 1-16 Churchill. That would make me really happy. It'd be a wonderful Christmas present for me. They probably are already thinking about it, to be honest. But I was just whipping down the chat so it doesn't get carried away. I don't get carried away with it. Loads of people saying hi. We've got Dan Asheru. We've got Go For It Painting. We've got David Markey, who was first in. David Markey, honoured member. Thank you, sir. Hey, Go For It. Welcome aboard, mate. Kit Bash Carnage as well. Hey, Kit Bash.
Hello, Kit Bash. Long time no see. And hello to everyone else. Dan Usher. Sophie's in. Say hi to Sophie. Hi to Lady Sam. She's in as well.
Another honoured member, Sam. Thank you so much for that. All helps to support the channel, and memberships from 99p, everybody.
A mere 99p, where you get to watch
just
us.
99p. I mean, what can you buy? You could buy me for 99p.
Trust me, I would sell them for 99p if I could.
Right, have we mentioned anyone? We've got Only Vader's Girl joining us as well. Hey, Only Vader's Girl, welcome aboard.
Hello, that's a new name. Welcome.
I don't think I've seen that name before. Welcome. Make sure you hit that subscribe. Little thumbs up on the video as well. Thank you. Hey, Sophie. Right, let me get down here. It's all hellos so far. Loads of highs going on. As I've said before, we are going out on Rumble, Twitch, and 2 YouTube channels. We're going out on Scott's channel, Scott's Models. I'll put a link. There's a link in the description to today's video anyway. And my channel, of course. But you can stay on whatever platform you're watching from. But if you want to see all of the chat, you will have to do a pop-out on the chat section on my channel. That's the only way to see all of the chat, where it's coming from, whether it be Rumble, Twitch, or Scott's channel. Because I know you like to support your favourite dude, you know, and Scott's getting very popular these days, even though he's missing in action today.
He's probably
he's probably asleep. He slept in. He's guarantee. I hope nothing untowards happened anyway. Fingers crossed. Danish says underpants for all.
No, he was in Carroll. No, Carroll. He was in JC Bricks and Build Street earlier this afternoon.
Ah, okay. So yeah, all right, he'll be sleeping. Lady Sam, my email is on my about section on my channel. So if you email me via that, then I can send you an invite.
What's I doing?
Loads of highs going on still. Let me flash all the highs up. And then we'll get on with the business of the day. Only Vader's girl says, hey, go for it. Dana says, greetings, Lady Sam. How's things? Let's get all the highs out of the way. Kitbash says, also just coming into the session, and with the new manager position in work, I'm busy. Ah, okay, Kitbash. You know, I'm still going to send you the invites, even if you can't make it, because it's always a pleasure to have you on board, mate, showing what you do. Kitbash makes, well, exactly that, kitbashes, and they are just amazing. That's where you've got leftover bits from other models, and you just make your own thing out of your mind. Just whatever you can create in your mind, it gets built. Just brilliant stuff.
And sometimes he doesn't even need to have bits. He can just go to his recycle box, empty it, and create things from that.
So Joshua B says, only Vader's girl is from Salacious Rum's chat, I think. Oh, okay, welcome.
Yes, hello, welcome.
And Danisha says, is it worth it? It better be, as I'm as tight as a drum.
He's practicing to be Scottish.
And that is the chat all caught up with. Thank you for joining us, everyone, this Tuesday evening. It is Tuesday, isn't it?
It is, yes. It is prime time. It is prime time night.
Yes, prime time. Let me Okay, look, a while back it was Primetime's birthday. Was it 4th birthday?
Fifth year of broadcasting.
5th year of broadcasting. Pants has already put a link into Primetime. They're on directly after us at 8 o'clock. And I tried to win one of the mugs they were giving away as it was their birthday. And I didn't win one, but Jet Scale Models did win one. And he kindly donated it to me. Now, I've been waiting. It hasn't arrived. So I was so eager to get one. I looked on Temu to see if they had one. And they did. Temu have got Primetime mugs. Obviously, they're rubbish copies. So I couldn't wait. I had to get my own one.
Like I say, take a photograph of that, post it in the gallery tonight.
And strangely enough, the company that supplied this on Temu, they were called Anyway, man is happy he has Primetime modelling mug. I'm so sorry.
No, you're not, but it's funny.
Not at all. Anyway, Primetime, it's a great show. It's on just after us. Pants is going to drop another link in. Well, in fact, every 20 minutes, I think Pants is going to be dropping a link in. And Panther will be heavily featured on Primetime tonight. Okay, everyone knows I've finished with that. I'm not going to hold back anymore. I am going to start on the Tiger 1. Let me find the bits. Right.
He's going to find his tiger bits.
Here we go. This is... People are calling these gift sets now. These are starter sets from Airfix. Lidl had a bunch of them in the other week there, and they were doing them for £6.99. These are £12.99 on the Airfix website and £17.99 on eBay from the scalpers. So obviously, all the scalpers have been raiding Lidls across the country and just buying them all up so they can sell them for extortionate prices on the internet. Now, these gift sets are great at £6.99. I think, whenever Lidl do this, you've got to go in. You've got to buy a load. You get 3 paints, a brush, and some glue, and it's not a crap brush either. These are really pretty good. It's a really fine synthetic-headed brush, and I used it to do... What did I put it? That one, and I am absolutely cock-a-hoop with this little 172. I swore I would never do another 172 again, but I'm into these now. I like them. And it's something to while away the time before I've got the courage to start on another big build. So let me get the instructions out for this, and off we go.
Come to think of it, talking of the last time you were doing a big build, it was the Dragon ME110.
On that thought answer, yes, Joshy B, if you wouldn't mind, mate. Joshy's asking if we want to drop the link to Prime Time. Yeah. Just drop as many links as you want, Joshy. I really don't mind. Stephen Haynes has joined us as well. Welcome, everybody.
Hello, Stephen. Welcome.
Anyway, Panzer, carry on, mate.
Sorry, what was... Yes, you were... Last time you were doing something big. You were working on the previous release Dragon... It was Hobby 2000's ME110.
It's still in the box. It's ready to go, but I haven't got any footage of me unboxing it, so I need that for the channel when I do a video. So I'm kind of avoiding that till I've got the time to do it. Realistically, I need to take a week off from the live streaming to get some proper standalone videos out, because the subscriptions on my channel have stalled because I've not been putting content out. So it's all been live stuff, and as we all know, you don't tend to get a lot of subscribers when you do the live stuff. But I enjoy doing the live stuff because it's like chatting down at the pub, and we're talking about something we really love. Mm-hmm. We don't love bin bags, though, do we, mate?
Well, they love them in Birmingham.
It's farcical what's going on in Birmingham. I just don't understand why this stupid Labour Council can't just sort it out.
Well, I think the debate has been that Birmingham City Council is the biggest council in England, and consequently it really needs to be broken up. That way they can attract more investment into the city, or into regions within the city. Because remember that they did the same thing to Glasgow. It used to be Strathclyde Regional Council, used to be the one round where I grew up. And then it was broken up into several smaller councils.
I just don't understand. It's obviously costing them an absolute fortune. Well, it's going to cost them an absolute fortune when cleanup comes.
Well, here's the beauty of this. I'm trying to find a set of wheels here. More than likely there won't be any in this box either. Is that ironically enough, at the beginning of April, people had to start paying their council tax for this year, and I can't help thinking that part of your council tax, if you're from Birmingham, goes towards paying for clean-up, your waste refuse. Might be an idea for people to find out exactly how much their council is charging them for refuse collection, and to not pay that portion until such times as the rubbish is cleaned up. Not that I'm advocating.
It's really cheeky to start involving the army as well. I mean, Jesus Christ. If I was a squaddy, not a chance. If I was to clean up rubbish in Birmingham, I'd just leave the army. I'm a trained soldier, for crying out loud. Why am I cleaning up trash?
But
it's not a matter of national security or people in danger of losing their lives. Like when the firemen went on strike, we had the old green goddesses That's relevant. You know, I don't think as a soldier you mind saving people's lives, but I would mind if I was a soldier and asked to clean up trash.
Yes. But we were discussing this the last time that the army was called in, maybe in the 1970s, when it was the 3-day week and the power cuts and the general unrest.
But they weren't asked to clean up trash back then, were they?
Some cities they did.
Really? That's
Yeah.
absolutely awful.
And if I remember rightly, the refuse collectors of the day set out sabotaged bin bags so that certain individuals were getting hurt in order to prevent the government of the day breaking the strike. And if I
It is
remember,
just absolutely shameful situation. I mean, you know, I'll probably lose all my Birmingham viewers for saying this, but Birmingham wasn't that nice to begin with, and now it's just absolutely awful, just awful. Sorry, Birmingham.
I don't know why the suspension doesn't work on that one. It's because it's glued into place. Dear, oh dear.
Right, back to the modelling. Step one on this little baby kit I've got here is putting the hull together. So I'm going to do that. These are really, really good kits. God bless you, Airfix.
John, wait a minute, I need to focus my eyes. John Christmas. Is it John Christmas? He raises an interesting point. He says that plenty of people are doing community service. Why not get them into it? Again, brilliant idea, brilliant suggestion. Oh yeah. And Dan Asher says the local authority he attends gets 52p a week per person for property. They're not going to get rich on that. Yeah. But just imagine if everybody in Birmingham withheld that funding.
So hang on a minute. Am I reading that right? So the local authority gets 52p a week from every person's property in Birmingham.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right. So how many houses in Birmingham? A couple of 100,000?
More than that. I would imagine the population of Birmingham's about 1.6, maybe 1.7 million.
Okay, let's call it. They'll probably get 150 grand a week, right?
Yeah. But times that by the length of time since this is the second week of April. So that's almost a new Mercedes or a new Bentley for the council leaders.
Yeah, but John, it gets around the fact that they've got a hopeless council who all need to go to prison for being hopeless and pathetic for the sake of a few quid and protecting a few jobs. Just ridiculous.
Well, funny enough, are the local council elections not coming up in May?
And it's obvious that the council are going to blame everybody else but themselves.
Mm-hmm. Of course, the unions. You, the voter, for voting for them.
Thing is, no one likes politicians anyway, so they're in a lose-lose situation, even if they have got some good points as to what they're doing. Because what they were doing was trying to save some money, but the way they did it was totally bloody wrong.
All they need to do is cut their own wages. They'll save a pretty penny.
It would. What, the leader of the council's on 150 grand a year, isn't he? Oh, there we go. That's a week's worth of bin collections.
Yeah, there you go.
Sack all 52. Well, you've got the solution to the problem there. Yeah, good point, Joshy.
Oh, I forgot I hadn't glued that on. Oh dear. Where's my choice?
Dan actually says that's the one I attended. The 52p is the total amount for waste and recycling, including street cleaning. Oh, have we got Snowy joining us as well? No, I can't see Snowy anywhere.
No, can't see no.
Been there, Snowy. Sleep when you want to, rise when you want to, and check the local papers for our online job vacancies. Have I missed Snowy? No, I can't see Snowy anywhere. Are you watching the right show, Atoll? Snowy's on Scott's. Okay. Well, Scott's chat should be coming through here. Hang on a minute. Let me go up. No, I'm not seeing it. Let me go to Scott's channel. Sorry about this. Just doing some housework. Admin, yeah. Live. Here we go. Oh, Scott's got 7 thumbs up. More thumbs ups for Scott, please. Yeah, there's 7 watching over on Scott's right now. For all of you that don't like the adverts on the channel, you can head over to Scott's, watch over there. But please do a pop out on my chat on my channel, because you'll only see all of the chat there. And it's taking ages to load Scott's chat for some reason.
I'm forced. Right, you can go there. Right. I'm going to have to find this thing.
Snowy is on Scott's channel. There we go. Hey, Snowy.
Hello, Snowy.
Carl's in as well. Hey, Carl. You have got an invite, Carl. And if you don't want it, pass it on to Joshi.
Two things the carpet monsters claimed today. Aha.
See, even the little pot of glue that they give you with this is pretty damn good as well. You just got to be careful with squeezing it so you don't squeeze too much out.
Right. I have found it.
Yep. I better be careful with this. I better not cock this up because I'm going to look like such a plum. Can't even do a starter set. There we go. Oh, this is like being 10 again. This.
The only thing missing would be the penny dainties.
The waddler what?
Yeah, I've just realised that's a Scottish sweetie. You'll be looking for blackjack mojos or fruit salads.
Yeah. Bazooka Joe's. You must have had them in Scotland.
The name doesn't ring a bell, unfortunately.
If I remember rightly, you used to get like a little comic with them, and you used to collect. If you collect the wrappers, you could get stuff for free. Am I remembering that right? Dan, I should
Dan
say.
is.
Go on, mate.
I was just about to say, Dan, I should have said aniseed balls. Remember aniseed or cola cubes? Or sweet peanuts.
So Dan says the amount of health and safety training needed these days, it wouldn't work. Working in the waste industry as one did, some of the site inductions have to be renewed every year. Yeah, I get that. It's probably why they can't use criminals. No worries, Snowy. Welcome aboard, mate. Dan says at one point he had to sit 5 training courses in as many weeks. Mate, it's the same in the hotel industry. The amount of health and safety training we have to do now is just, it beggars belief. Dave McBill says, good evening, Terry Panther and all in chat. Welcome aboard, Dave Mack.
Hey, Dave Mack.
Now there's going to be a barrage of highs to Dave Mack. I'll say it again as well. Welcome to everyone watching us on Rumble, Twitch, and the 2 YouTube channels. Scott's Models is streaming this to his channel, even though he's not here, but he did give me permission to do it. He's probably sleeping, actually. He's been streaming most of the day, so.
I hardly think 2 hours. I hardly say 2 hours is all day.
Depends when he went to sleep.
But then again, he's a Tasmanian, you know.
There we go. Got to recharge your batteries at some point. A quick word of advice, and I keep on saying this, but it sounds complicated, but it's not. Whatever platform you're watching on, you will only see all of the chat on my YouTube channel. That's Little History 2392 channel. But you can stay on the platform you're watching from. Just do a pop out on my YouTube chat. 3 little dots in the top right hand corner. Click on that, and it'll give you the option to do a pop out on the chat. Snowy says he's having fun at home from layoff. What, you've been laid off? And Lindsay's joined us as well. Hey, Lindsay, welcome aboard, mate.
Hello, Lindsay.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, new apprentice, if I'm reading that right. And if that's true, you're a Sparky, mate. You'll get a job straight away.
Depends, of course, on what you've been sparking. P6 there.
Dan says, "Yep, I can understand that. Playing with the lorry loader, I have to carry a small filing cabinet worth of paperwork, lift plans, and Lola stuff. Yes, mate, I get it." Joshy B says, "What makes me laugh is that if you don't pay your council tax, you'll get sent to prison. But if you invade a country and unalived everyone by killing them, you get let off scot-free. In fact, it's you who makes the demands." Mate, it is a crazy, crazy world we're living in at the moment. Even the people that we had a little bit of a riot about immigration a little while back, and just for comments online, people got put in prison. That's just absolutely outrageous. David Markey says, "Hello, Lindsay. Thank you for the book which arrived today."
Yes, Mr. Markey's been on a winning streak because he won a mug as well.
Did he now? I bet he's received his mug, hasn't he? But I don't care because I've got my Timu mug. And how they got a behind photo of Panther, I've no idea.
But it's my best image. It's my best feature.
Snowy says, "Yes, mate, but the move is next Tuesday." Oh, because, you were moving house as well, weren't you, mate? Oh, my God. Oh, that just sucks. David Markey saying, "Nope, he hasn't got his mug either."
No. I will state this that Phil is actually he's currently opening the shop and closing the shop that he works at, or the premises that he works at. So consequently, when he goes to work, the post office is shut. And when he finishes work, and locks up, this post office has already been shut by about an hour. So he's having difficulty.
We're just taking the mickey, mate. It's what we do.
I know, just in case anybody was wondering,
Joshy B says the thing with politics is they want it done. They want it done, but not paid for by them. Exactly that, mate. It must be horrendous. I can't,
But look at it this way: people of Birmingham are getting to see all the wonderful rats and rodents that they have in broad daylight as well now.
I've already been over at Atoll. I've already done my thumbs up. Yeah, David Mark says, not worried. Send it when he can. Yeah, I'm only ribbing him, mate. Plus, look at the superb quality of my Temu mug. Look at that.
Yeah, just pointing out to you right now, you're on an advert break, so they won't see your mug.
I'll hold it there for a little while then. Look at that. Proper Temu stuff. Painted by a 5-year-old.
There you go. Yes. It's amazing what you can get Chinese children to do. The incentive is right. You will paint these mugs or else.
I should have bought a load of them. I can start selling them.
Yeah. You could go into Etsy, bespoke primetime mugs.
Joshy B via Twitch says the French did something right. I'll give them that. When they protest, they get things. Done. True. Joshy B says Panzer. Some grow to 6 foot in Birmingham.
Yeah.
I missed that. What was that with reference to?
Yeah, that's about the rodents, the rats.
All right. Yeah.
I think the 6 foot ones are actually the local councillors. But don't quote me on that, please.
Athol says it's funny when we see Panzer. It's always a rear view we see. I don't know what that means. Quano Man's joined us. Hey, Quano Man, welcome aboard, mate.
Hey, Dan. Welcome to the stream, buddy.
David Markey says hello, Dan. Dave Matt Bill says hi, Athol and Quano Man. And we have 45 people watching across all of the platforms right now. Thank you and welcome to everyone joining us. We are just a group of modelers and makers that get together most nights of the week and most daytimes as well from the larger community out there. Links to all of the people that have appeared on my panels are in the description to today's live stream. Please take some time to go through those and maybe give some subscriptions out. It doesn't cost a penny to click subscribe. It is absolutely free. And if you don't want to be spammed by, when we put our latest videos out or whatever, just don't click the notifications. But if you do want to be notified of when we do live streams, click the notifications and you'll have something to watch if you've got nothing else on TV. And joining me on today's show is the one, the only Panzer Cat, and this Churchill is looking absolutely stunning. It really is.
Yes, that's it. It's more or less done now. The only thing, like I say, I'm waiting for more supplies of this Karaya cable to arrive so that I can actually put the string supports around the winch gear that takes out to the bridge.
And interesting subject matter as well. An Avery that's got the mortar on the front together with the bridge layer.
Yes, the bridge. The bridge is bigger than the tank.
Now, when I was researching the Averys and what's its funnies, when I saw the bridge layers, they didn't have any kind of weapon on them. It was just a bridge layer.
Yeah, so, that was the later version, the cantilever version, where the bridge sits flat and it's actually moved like that. The bridge moves horizontally and is laid down. That was a later version of this. Is the small box girder bridge, which is basically an assault bridge. They were hastily put together and could be deployed with winching gear from a conventional tank, or in this case, an Avery tank.
Yeah, just brilliant. We've
But
started
no,
something now. Did you see that?
what's that?
At
Fair
all.
emotion.
Says
Mm-hmm.
Terry the mug shows a cat's bum, and I'm sure that was a dig at Panther by Phil. I have to come clean. This is not an official primetime mug, trust me. This was painted by a 5-year-old earlier.
Yeah, painted by a 5-year-old earlier. He was giggling and cackling while he was doing it.
And the 5-year-old is otherwise known as a right.
Yeah.
Oh, we have fun.
You do realise that once people realise that mug is, they'll be contacting Phil saying, "Can we have one of those mugs instead?"
Another thing, I went when I got finished yesterday with the missus stuff. I went down a rabbit hole of watching all these Chinese robots that are going to be coming over soon. I mean, they do the doggy ones for 2,000 quid now. Like who was it? Boston Dynamics did that dog, and the Chinese copied it, and they're selling them now for 2,000 quid. They're not too bad when you watch the videos. Think, wow, that's awesome. But then I came across an actual real video that hadn't been smoothed out, that had all the original sound on it. And these things are like dropping lead weights on the floor. Every time they walk, it's like clunk, clunk, clunk. And they fall over with regular alacrity. My God, just absolutely, just the trash you would expect. And even the biped ones, the humanoid-looking ones, yeah, they're all over the feeds at the moment, but they've all been smoothed out. They've all been AI'd a little bit, so they look like they're moving smoothly and like a human and stuff. But the actual real video, when you put it by the side of it, it's like douche, 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 leaks, creaks, and whatever. So they are a mile away from getting it right with the robots taking over the
Yeah.
world.
£2,000 for a doggy is a bit expensive, I think. I'm sure if you shop around, you'll get it cheaper.
But even the Chinese ones, they're starting at $8,000, I think, the bipeds,
Yeah.
which you
I
can
mean,
buy now. But
I mean,
I
what
wouldn't.
was that? There's a police for. Is it Dubai have robotic police officers and
What?
information? They trundle around, and you flag them down by waving at them, and you can report crimes or whatever on them. And there was one that had accidentally overtipped into a fountain,
Right.
and some wag made the comment, at least they weren't armed. If that had happened in the US, there would be a mass shooting.
Yeah.
Somebody else said, "What? I mean, no one. It showed no signs of depression." Yeah.
Joshy B says, I thought that was the new Mark III mug with the kitty design on the front. Would that cup have 2 holes? Ah, dear Lord. Right, let's do something. I'm determined to do something today. Every time I do these streams, I end up just reading the chat out, and I never get anything done. So that's that on there. That's two sides on. Yeah.
Oh, look, there's a spammer in. There you go. Look, classic
Hey,
call.
it wouldn't be one of my streams that a spammer.
Yeah,
Go get him,
more.
Joshy. Yeah, it's becoming a bit of a meme. I stream to Twitch, and the only people who seem to watch the Twitch stream, apart from Joshy, are just other spammers. So they'll put these crazy little links in. But Joshy's really good as a mod. He just gets rid of them straight away. Thank you, Joshy.
Now, if you want to send Snowy an invite, I
I
think
will
he's
smash one across
he's
to Snowy right
he's
now.
got something he wants to show you. Snowy's always good to have in the chat.
Snowy, Snowy, Snowy. S, 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 S. Snowy. Paste.
Yes, but Joshua, I'm watching Terry's stream.
Oh, thanks, Panther. Appreciated.
Well, it's the only way I can actually focus on the chat. because my eyes are a bit bad today.
Do you know, I knew Athol was going to come over that. Athol just said, "Has Snowy got a box full of 5.5 inches?" Invite has been sent, Snowy.
Right, what's I going to do there? Actually, I'm going to take a slip from my mug of coffee.
In fact, I just thought there, Lady Sam, if your email is on your channel, I can grab it from there. Joshy, it's about time you gave me your email, mate, so I can send you invites to come on.
Poor Josh is all on his own on Twitch.
I don't want him to be on his own in Twitch. He can join us here. You know, I don't know why I actually bother doing it to Twitch.
Because apparently, Terry, Twitch is the next big thing. Yeah.
No, it's Rumble that's the next big thing. I'm doing well over there on Rumble.
They had a big rumble in San Francisco.
Are we doing historical now?
No, there was an earthquake.
What, today?
Yesterday. 5.2. There was an interesting thing on the news footage of elephants in San Diego Zoo. When the earthquake was happening, they performed. They created a protective circle, or a danger circle.
Joining us from the United States of America, would you please welcome the one, the only New Fenris Railroad. Ow!
Hey guys.
Hey,
Go on, then, Joe's watching yours.
I got the box set for the new Death Cree.
Oh, he's got
managed to track it down. So I thought since I'm out of work, I would work on miniatures. I thought I'd stop by and say hey.
So what happened with work then, Snowy? They just laid everyone off?
No, actually it was I had an argument with the foreman on the job, but the joys of being a International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, I can pretty much walk off a job from one contractor and have a job with another contractor whenever I want. But because there was a known problem between me and that foreman, they're basically telling me to sit tight, and when they have another project come up, they'll call me back.
All right, okay.
So I'm on a call back for them or a call back for anything that comes into the hall for my designation as an electrician. And I was like, yep, okay. But I'm moving in 7 days. So I moved next Tuesday to the new house. So I was like, well, I'm not going to worry about it then.
More time to pack up stuff and dump it on Connie's porch.
But
yeah,
as you said, Snowy, having a trade, you won't have any difficulty getting more work. Jesus.
No, and that was the thing. Ethel was saying, well, go online or look on, newspaper ads or whatever for a job. And I was like, I would, but it has to be a union contractor. So I can't just go to Joe Blow's electrical contractor and go to work for him. It has to be a company through the hall, through my local union hall. So, but it's better pay. better work ethics out of the people around there. So
Yeah, got to pay your dues to the mafia. I mean, the union.
actually, yeah, that's the other thing. The one thing I like about the union is I don't pay for health insurance. It's covered by the contractor
Really?
that I work for. Yeah, and it's a family. It covers the whole family.
Well,
So yeah, like the both of my children had to have scoliosis surgery, and when the first one came up, I was still working for another electrical contractor that wasn't union, and I was looking at $20,000 for the surgery.
Oh my god.
When I went to the union, they had the same insurance company, but a different policy. Same surgery, everything was going to be exactly the same doctors, same everything. It came out to $1,950 out of my pocket.
Wow. Wow.
So yeah, I was really happy with that.
I'll never say anything bad about the National Health Service again.
well, today, around enough when Snow is in chat, marks the current president's 100th day in office since his inauguration. So 100 days in to his presidency. That means that Americans have only 1,361 days of him again.
Yeah,
Thing is, he will get voted in again.
He can't.
he can't.
Why?
Maximum of 2 terms. He's already done 1 term. Now he's in the
Yep,
second
this
term.
is his second term, so he cannot be voted in anymore,
Oh,
even if he's on the
really?
ballot.
Oh,
Even if he's on the
really?
ballot.
Of what we've experienced of President Trump so far, you don't think he's going to make a move to change that law?
Oh, he's already tried. I've heard rumor that he's trying to abolish term limits for presidency so he could stay in office, but I don't see it happening.
What does he need for that to happen, to change a law like that in America?
I don't know.
The eradication of the Senate, the House, and the Supreme Court.
Yeah. Basically dissolving the U.S. government and becoming a dictator.
Oh, wait a minute. He's already tried that once, hasn't he?
I don't know. I don't follow politics much. I stay away from it as much as possible.
When all those riots happened, when
the announcement was made when he lost the election. That was 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah, he lost the election, and he was convinced that votes weren't being counted.
Yeah. Yeah, the political landscape right now in the United States is not very good. So we just a lot of people are brushing it under the rug and trying not to think about it or talk about it because it's getting ridiculously stupid. So yeah, I try and stay off of politics.
Hey, thing is, I'd be exactly the same as Trump. If I got in power, I'd want to keep it all. All mine! All mine!
There's a lot of stuff that was rhetoric that is hurtful to a lot of demographics, and that's where a lot of people are realizing. We saw somebody do this back in 1942? Won't say names, but it was a little Jewish guy with a pretty mustache.
A pretty mustache. Hang on, will you be on about that little fella that you've got, Panzer?
Yeah, the little guy. Yeah, this guy.
Who could we be talking about?
This little guy.
Yeah, that'd be him. God, they made him into a Lego.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to say it so I wouldn't offend anybody, but
Springtime for Trumpler and USA.
Winter for Greenland and Canada.
Oh,
yeah.
they've got the makings of a good song there.
Oh, and don't forget Greenland. You know,
I did.
going after Greenland and what was there was something there was another one too besides Greenland and Canada.
Panama Canal.
Yeah, it might have been. I don't know.
Yeah, he definitely made moves for the Panama Canal, but it's been all quiet on that front. I don't think he's mentioned it again. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Panama would have been the easiest to take over.
Well, considering we already pretty much have everything we need down there for the for it, but yeah. You know, and the whole border policy, you know, there was rumor a while back that we ought to just annex, you know, Central America instead of having, you know, instead of arguing about um, undocumented migrant workers coming in to the country. It's like, well, just annex them. We'll make them one giant state. You know, that'll save that problem. But I try and stay away from that stuff.
No, we know. That's why we bring it up.
Uh,
Well, it's good to get the American perspective.
It is.
oh yeah,
And remind them that they voted for him.
yeah. Well, you know, I go back to my original statement with the Queen Mom before she passed away. When Trump went into office the first time, you know, she was all like, "Well, you know, you guys, if you ever want to come back to the crown, I'll be more than happy to take you back. We won't charge you with treason. You had some fun times on your own, but Mama knows best." That's basically what it came down to, and I was like, "Yes, please."
Oh, we have trouble enough managing this little tiny country, let alone somewhere as big as America. Jesus,
Yeah.
it's not all rosy over here. I tell you, Snowy, it's not.
Oh, I know.
Joshy
Dropping
says Trump
parts on
was
the
selling his own
floor.
mother to stay in that job. Yeah, totally agree. Roosevelt did 3 sessions, but the third was World War II. Yeah, I guess all bets were off for like World War II.
Well, that his Roosevelt's deal with that was having a third session was it was he went under power of emergency basically. There was so many people overseas in World War II that they really couldn't do a vote for it, so they just left him in office until the war ended. If I remember my history correctly, I can't remember now.
I mean,
But
I think overall, Snowy. I mean, this is just my take on it, and you can shoot me down in flames because you're American. You've got a better grounding in American what's going on over there. But Lindsay brought up the fact that uh, he was saying that all Trump wants is a better deal for America, and the other side of it says what Trump is currently doing with the taxation of imports and stuff like that is to bring companies to their knees, so Trump can, you know, it's a very facetious way of thinking things. So he can buy all the shares in the companies really cheap, and then relax the taxation so the shares go back up in price, sell them, and so he can make a fortune. There's 2 ways of thinking, but
yeah,
my heart says that no one could be that vicious and cruel. My heart says what Trump is trying to do, because no other president has tried to do it before, is reduce America's national debt, because it what is it? It's going up by a trillion a week or something like that.
oh, it's yeah. I don't even like I said. I don't even follow any of that half the time
If as a
because
president or a leader
it's
of a
so
country,
crazy.
if as a president or a leader of a country you want to do good by the majority of the people in the country, then you've got to reduce that deficit. You've got to reduce that national debt that your country has.
Well, a lot of it is just stuff that's been around. It's not even the president. The president basically is a figurehead. He's still got to put stuff past the Senate and the House of Representatives, and then it's voted on in that aspect. If I remember correct, my politics are terrible. I could, to me, they're the scapegoat of everything. But I don't.
Holy Jesus! Hang on to you. Oh my God! The U.S. national debt is 36,728,715,000,000. Oh, it's just gone up. It's going up by 1,000,000 every single 2 seconds.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Well, this is what happens when they develop a weapon system like the F-42s, but they won't sell them.
Let me just show you this website that I'm on. This is unbelievable. Share. Have to see. Check this out. That's live.
Yeah.
So, there's two ways of thinking of this. There's the people who don't like Trump who say he's just doing it to make profit for himself, and there's the people who are fans of Trump. And I'm not on either side. I'd just like to guide a middle line. If your country is in that much debt, as a president, you really should do something about it.
What I find disturbing about this is that you're seeing the national debt increase, and the Dodge clock, the Department of Government Efficiency clock, the money's going up on that, and they're saving the taxpayer. And now, since I started looking at that, the Dodge clock has went up near enough $200,000, but the taxpayer savings hasn't went up at all.
Yeah.
But that's a division of people in that amount, so it has to go up a lot for it to go up on the tax. Do you get what I mean?
No.
How many people live in the United States?
Well, the Dodge clock has just went up by $1 million, but the savings per taxpayer hasn't went up at all.
Yeah, but that's in dollars, not cents. So if that had a cents bit on it, you would see the cents bit go slowly up. I would imagine.
Well, when it goes up by 2 million, then that should go up by $1.
I wonder if they've got one for the British national debt.
There's world debt clocks up there, and the second from the top.
Hang on. Where was that?
You see it on the top, it says state debt clock, world debt clock. It's nice to see your tax dollars at work, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are you seeing this?
Yeah.
Scroll to the top. Who's the worst? It has to be. And that has to be America. Yeah, China.
Even China. I wouldn't have thought China had a national debt.
Well, it does because it does now because what was it? 145% tariffs.
Wow. So who's not in debt then? Let's find a country that's not in debt.
The Mauritius Islands.
There isn't one.
Well, there is. I mean, these are all big first world countries. I mean, I'm sure the Mauritius Island doesn't have a national debt, and I'm sure the Cook Islands don't have either.
Yeah.
So who do they owe all this money to?
The banks.
The banks, basically.
And the banks know they're never going to get
other country. Yeah.
So why can't the president of a country just say, "Well, stuff you banks, you're not getting it back. We're doing a year zero."
I don't know. As I said, I don't pay attention to politics.
Sorry,
I try and stay out of all that
I find it interesting. I do apologise. Sorry, Snowy, to load on that all that on you.
No, that's fine.
We can't really talk about that, Joshy. I thought so. So, Rumour Control is stating the new Space Wolf box set is coming out in June 25. Oh, and I want a box. Athol.
Thank you, Athol. I already heard that rumor mill. Yeah, that's my army that I'm waiting for right now. There's 3 that have come out. One just came. One will be coming out the 26th. That's the Emperor's Children. But the Death Creed, I didn't get it when it actually came out. I got it. I found it at a local hobby store about 2 weeks ago when I was coming back from Dragon Lovers from dropping stuff off, and I stopped by this weekend because I was actually dropping off one last load before the move date, and they still had 2 of them left, so I bought one. But what it is it's like 15 or 20 models, the rule book for that army, and everything you need to play the army. So it was a good starter box. But yeah, the Space Wolf one that's coming out looks like it's going to be incredible. I can't wait to get my hands on it because there's some new sculpts that are coming in and stuff that's really needed by that army in a roundabout way.
Well,
Big hi to Black Rifle Model Works joining us. Honour to have you aboard, mate. Another top modeler right there, Black Rifle.
I'm just about to disappear, so I shall wish you all auf Wiedersehen, because I'm going to go and get set up for Philip. So take care all, and I shall catch you when are you next streaming, Terry?
Fancy, you're a rock star, mate. Thank you for joining me, buddy. Yep. And that Churchill is looking awesome.
Yep. Well, like I say, I'm waiting for Karaya Cable to do the winch mechanism. But that's it. It will be a new build the next time.
Fantastic subject matter. Really is fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Right, we'll see you over on Philip Prime, mate. Joshy, can you drop a link to Philip Prime? Philip Prime's on at 8 o'clock, by the way, everyone. Yeah. And we're going to get out of here in about 5 minutes. Panzer, thank you so much, buddy.
You're welcome. Take care, everyone. Bye, and I shall see you all in short time.
Yep.
Thank you, mate. And so, Panzer, he'll be appearing on Philip Prime's primetime show, bang on 8 o'clock. We're going to get out of here in the next 5 minutes. Let me just do the rest of the chat before we disappear. Black Rifle says, evening, folks. Good to see a variety of builds on people's benches. Dave McBill says, hi, Black Rifle. Joshy B says, it's the same in every country over the world with their government and politicians. Corruption, power, abuse, blackmail and war. But that's all okay, though, if you're in charge. We can't even carry a pocket penknife anymore.
Yeah.
TVG! Oh, sorry, mate. We're finishing in the next 5 minutes. But welcome aboard, buddy. Another great modeler right there, TBG. Putting out some great content as well. Georgie B says, it's dulling the human consciousness. The more rules and regulations they implement, the more the human race just becomes used to it. That's how the control comes in. Don't forget to pay your taxes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's today, guys, in the United States. Put your pound of flesh in for...
It's the same everywhere, Joshy, at the moment. It's just... Depends where you're getting your news from right now as well as to what to buy. I don't know. Joshy B says, I nearly lost my last house because I missed a month's rent. The amount of hassle and grief I get in phone calls and letters because I owe someone money. Perhaps I should become an MP and then I can just run up debts left, right and centre and then you taxpayers can all pay it off them. Yep, absolutely. We've woken Joshy up, haven't we? Joshy B says, Iceland won't be in debt because they're clever and reset their deficit. Yeah, why can't you just do that? Right, I'm resetting all the debt today. Tough shit, banks. Joshy B, each other. Yeah, okay. Carlsco Modeling says Atlantis. Where's that come from, Carl?
Oh, a country that doesn't have a national debt.
Atlantis. Joshy B,
that's where Atlantis came from.
Yeah, I got it. Um, David Markey says, heaven doesn't have a national day. Ninja's joined us as well. Everyone's joining us at the end of the show. What's going on? By the way, guys, if you want to appear on the panel, all you've got to do is ping me an email. A lot of people, I don't have their email addresses because they're kept private on their YouTube channels. But if you want to come on, I'm here usually Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturday mornings. So just ping me an email. I love seeing other people's builds and other hobbies. It's every day's a learning day for me. God, I love Ross being back. I really do. Scale Model Ninja says, eating old codgers and quite sticky stuff.
I'm never going to live that comment down. It's been almost a year and a half, almost a year now, talking about snow and just, yeah.
Once you've got a meme about you, it doesn't go away, mate. It's like me almost cutting my fingers off on that mosquito. It's never going to go away. Athol McNichol says, banks would go bust in every country if the USA went ground zero. And would that be a bad thing?
No.
Yeah, I think we need a ground zero with banks. That would cure a lot of problems. Loads of highs going on. Black Rifle says, at TBG, I have no idea what the issues are with this typhoon. So far, so good. Joshua B says, see you in 20 minutes, Bouncer. He's gone now. He's got the setup. Nice shout there, Atoll. I always forget about MCC UK, and I shouldn't, because it's where I started my streaming off. Remember, Terry, MCC UK is also on tonight at 8 p.m. Atoll, you've got a blue spanner, mate. You can stick a link in. David Mike says, hello, James. Black Rifle Model Work says, I know you don't do politics, but national debt is controlled by the WEF and they rule the world, not presidents or prime ministers. No, we do politics regularly, mate. I don't mind talking about it.
Oh, yeah.
Because everyone's pleasant about it. That's it. Right, we got to get out of here because prime time's on shortly. There is a link there in the chat. And there is a link in the description to today's video. Philip Prime, we're all going to be watching him tonight. Great little show. Has a quiz on there as well. I am back on Thursday at 6 p.m. If you would like an invite to the 6 p.m. Thursday show, please send me an email. The email is on my About bit on my YouTube channel, and we'll get you in. If you're not subscribed yet, why not? Thanks to everyone on Rumble, Twitch, and the 2 YouTube channels. Thank you for watching, and thank you for joining us, and thank you for your continued support. What we do here on this channel. Snowy, thank you for joining me, mate.
Yep. See you guys around. Yep.
Bye, everyone.